Next up is item 4B, and we have Valley Center with Brent Clark going to present. Welcome.
Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Beautiful day today. I'm Brent Clark, the proud city administrator in Valley Center. We're excited to present information and update on everything happening in Valley Center. And just like any great city administrator, I'm going to turn it over to an expert, which is Ryan Schrack, our community development director, who's going to give you the update and presentation. Ryan? I'm not sure where your PowerPoint is. All right, I'll pull it up.
Thank you, Brent. As I'm sure you can imagine, he is a pleasure to work with. All right, let's see here. Do I need to do the share? Sorry, I'll let you do that. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. As Brent said, my name is Ryan Schrack, and I serve as the Community Development Director for the City of Valley Center. It's with great pride that I address you this afternoon and share information on our fair community and how we are working to make a difference, not only within our incorporated boundary, but also in our region as a whole. Founded in 1885, Valley Center is located in northern Sedgwick County, just west of Interstate 135. With a population of just over 7,300, the city encompasses approximately 7 square miles. During most of the 20th century, the leaders of Valley Center followed a predominantly isolationist policy, which caused a stagnation of growth in population, land development, and economic development. This regressive mindset started to change in the 1990s as the city engaged in multiple annexations and new residential developments. This growth has continued since then, and with the election and hiring of more progressive and visionary city leaders, Valley Center now stands on the precipice of monumental change that will take place in the coming months and years. Valley Center is experiencing population growth and is projected to continue to grow in the coming decade. Conservative estimates project the city's population growing by over 1,300 people by 2030. Within the past 3 years, the city was able to sell all 46 single-family lots that were placed in its land bank in 2017, has witnessed a steady increase in the number of building permits issued for new single-family homes, has seen the construction of several new multifamily residential developments, and has introduced 2 incentives to further stimulate the construction of new homes and the rehabilitation of existing housing stock. With the continual rising cost of housing, it is important to note where Valley Center stands in terms of housing affordability and occupancy. As noted in this slide, single-family owner-occupied housing is the predominant market in Valley Center. The current median home price in our community stands at $145,700. At this time, many households across a variety of income levels are competing for housing units that fall within their affordable price range. The combination of low inventory and interest rates with the desire of people to locate to Valley Center continues to drive the cost of housing skyward. Engaging with and attracting regional developers and builders to Valley Center is a key area of focus for city staff. Our proximity to I-135 and other major thoroughfares makes commuting to other areas in the region for work ideal for our residents. Currently, just over 45% of our entire population leave Valley Center and commute to other communities daily for work. Furthermore, over 85% of these commuters travel within 24 miles of Valley Center to work. Along with a large percentage of residents leaving Valley Center for work every day, just over 1,200 people make the commute into Valley Center for work on a daily basis. It is essential that our transportation infrastructure, both within the city and throughout the region, continues to improve in order to provide enhanced safety and efficiency for those who make the daily commute to and from Valley Center. Along with population growth, we are also experiencing growth economically in Valley Center. A couple of recent examples include the construction of a new Scooters coffee shop scheduled to open later this month, so make sure you make the drive to Valley Center to come visit Scooters, and the multi-million-dollar expansion of Builders First Source, which will lead to the addition of over 20 new jobs in our community and bring in new business from outside contractors and builders who will purchase building supplies at their expanded facility. Again, the need for improved local and regional street infrastructure will be even more critical when the expanded builder's first source facility is open next year. I would be remiss if I did not also talk about the impact of the new Amazon fulfillment center that is nearing completion just outside our city limits in Park City. The Amazon facility will have a tremendous impact on our community and the region, as it will drive the demand for additional labor, housing, and use of local infrastructure. One of the upcoming street projects I will be discussing later in my presentation is tied directly to the new Amazon facility. In any community, it is essential to make and implement plans that provide for the deliberate and orderly growth and development of that community through achievable, actionable goals. The City of Valley Center has recently completed 2 such plans that will help steer the community over the next few years and make our city an even more desirable place to live, work, and play in the region. These plans include actions and goals that not only focus on the city itself, but will have a positive impact on the region as a whole. In late 2019, the city adopted a new pedestrian and bicycle master plan. This plan includes projects that could tie local paths to other networks in the surrounding region. Earlier this month, the city adopted a new strategic plan that includes goals and actions to be accomplished within the next 3 to 4 years. As part of these goals, there are measurable outcomes that will benefit not only the residents and businesses that call Valley Center home, but also provide stronger amenities, services, and housing that will enhance the available assets of the entire region. Next, I will discuss some of the upcoming projects and developments that will be taking place in Valley Center. While the majority of these projects will directly benefit our city, we believe that they will also positively influence the larger region. These projects will be outlined in 3 focus areas: street improvements, other infrastructure and quality of place improvements, and residential developments. The first street improvement is the Ford Street project, also known as 77th Street and other parts of Valley Center, Park City, and the county. This project will improve this main east to west main arterial road between the flood control ditch to Broadway Avenue. Included in this project is the realignment of Seneca Street with Ford and a roundabout at the intersection of Broadway and Ford that will help effectively move the increased traffic flow due to the new Amazon facility that is being built to the south of this intersection. Amazon is projecting that over 120 semi-trucks will daily traverse this intersection. Improvements made to Ford Street will greatly benefit the city and region, as many commuters and businesses use this road to access the community via 135. Another element of this project will be the extension of the city's main water line down Ford Street that will tie in and serve planned residential developments off Ford Street. Funding for this over $4 million project, which just broke ground last week, is being shared between KDOT through an economic development grant, Valley Center, Park City, and Sedgwick County. The next 2 street improvements are on Meridian Avenue, which serves as the dominant north to south road in Valley Center. The first section discussed today is from Main Street to 5th Street. This area is located in one of the oldest sections of our community and will encompass a full depth replacement of the street. An important component of this project is not only the street work, but also a new walking path and critical improvements to the stormwater system in the area. Added stormwater infrastructure will alleviate on-street flooding that takes place in this section of the community whenever there is a rain event. This project is projected to cost just under $4 million and is being funded in part with assistance from WAMPO. The second section of Meridian to be improved, again with a full depth replacement, will be from the railroad tracks down to the southern city boundary, located south of the intersection of 69th Street and Meridian. Also funded in part by WAMPO, this project will greatly enhance the southern main entryway into our community and cost just over $4.6 million. As part of this project, one option that is currently being explored is the creation of a roundabout at the intersection of 69th and Meridian. This intersection is one of the most dangerous intersections in the entire community, and any improvements, whether it be a roundabout, traffic signaling, or some other option, will greatly enhance the traffic safety for both local and regional drivers that utilize this section of roadway in Valley Center. The last future street improvement project I will discuss is Seneca Street. This section of road between Ford and 5th Street is in dire need of both safety and physical upgrades. The southern end of the street will be realigned with Ford Street as part of the Ford Street project already discussed in this presentation. This realignment will create a standard four-way intersection and significantly improve safety for local and regional traffic that cross this intersection daily. New residential developments to be built on either side of this section of Seneca in the near future will further increase traffic on the street and drive the need for major improvements. The city is working with WAMPO to secure funding to assist with this proposed project. Currently, the city of Valley Center sells raw water to the city of Wichita and also buys potable water from Wichita. One of the most frequent deterrents to growth city staff hear from developers and individuals looking to move to Valley Center is our high cost of water. The city is in the process of moving forward with the construction of a water treatment plant and recently completed a treatment plant study and concept design. Design and planning work will continue with the goal of completing construction on a new water treatment plant within the next 3 to 4 years. The creation of our own water treatment plant will not only benefit our current residents and businesses, but also make Valley Center a more attractive place in the region for new investments by residential developers and commercial and industrial businesses and site selectors. One of the most exciting quality of place projects to be constructed in Valley Center will be the new Recreation and Aquatic Center. Last year, the existing outdoor community pool was not open due in part to COVID-19, but also because of the high costs associated with maintaining the now over 50-year-old facility. Led by a local grassroots campaign, a 1% local sales tax was passed during the November 2020 election, which will help fund the construction of a new recreation and aquatic center. Along with the local sales tax, the school district, which houses the local recreation commission, also passed a 2 mil property tax increase to help pay for the new facility. The actual project entails the construction of a new zero entry indoor pool, including a lazy river, gymnasium, and fitness and exercise areas, along with a substantial renovation to the existing outdoor pool. This collaborative project between the city, school district, and recreation commission will result in a world-class recreational facility that will be available to not only Valley Center residents, but open to the larger regional population. The city also anticipates that the addition of this amazing community amenity will lead to further demands for new housing in the Valley Center area. The demand for new housing, as discussed previously, already exists in not only our community, but throughout our region and nation. In Valley Center, we are working with developers on the creation of 3 new residential developments that will bring in new residents from across the region. The first development is Cedar Ridge Estates. Located east of Seneca and north of Ford, this subdivision includes the creation of 27 new single-family lots. Final platting will be completed by the beginning of August. The developer is anticipating that homes built in this neighborhood will be valued around $1 million. The next residential development will be located to the north of Ford Street, just east of Cedar Ridge Estates, currently being called Hidden Valley. This new development will create 64 single-family lots. The developer is working on their preliminary plat, which they hope to submit to the city's Planning and Zoning Board for approval during their August meeting. Homes built in this neighborhood will most likely be valued in the $300,000 to $400,000 range. It is anticipated that this development, along with Cedar Ridge Estates, will start building homes by early 2022. The last residential development is intriguing as it is located in the city's first approved TIF, or tax increment financing district. The area shown in color on the slide includes single-family lots that were part of a previously platted but never developed neighborhood on the south, the creation of a new over 50-acre community park in the middle, and a to-be-platted residential and commercial area to the north of the proposed park. A vast majority of the area to be developed is currently in the floodplain, which provided the justification for the creation of a TIF district. The developer will create a large detention pond, shown on the slide, in the park area, and use the excavated dirt to raise adjacent land out of the floodplain. The property tax dollars allocated to the TIF fund will help offset the development costs associated with removing this area from the floodplain and building the necessary infrastructure for the nearly 300 new single-family lots shown on the map. Once fully platted and removed from the floodplain, this area will be a true game changer in both new residential and commercial properties available in our community. As a city, we are planning on advertising this area, along with the other new residential developments, to the larger regional real estate market. In closing, thank you for your time and invitation to speak this afternoon. As you can glean from this presentation, Valley Center has come a long way from where it was even just a few short years ago. We are making vast improvements and investments in projects that will impact not only our community, but also better connect us to our surrounding region. We want our community and our region to truly thrive. We are doing our part to not only make our community safer, stronger, and successful, but also striving to ensure that our region shines bright as an attractive place for sustained investment, development, and growth. Thank you.
Well, thank you.